We're A-Game, a 100% Black-owned company with an all-natural product and world-class customer service. We're headquartered in California, and we manufacture, package, and ship right here in the United States. We ship to more than 125 distributors worldwide. Normal processing is 2 to 3 days, and we employ virtual tracking until our product is received. So, no matter where you are in the world, here we come, and we're bringing your A-game.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello. How's everyone? Happy hump day to everybody. Hopefully everybody's been having a good week and they're having a good day. I know some people might be a little bit concerned about whether or not this is a skit. I'm gonna play the clip again. This is the same clip that I played earlier for the morning show. And I know some people were thinking that it's probably a skit. And I get it, because there are so many skits on the internet. It's difficult to sort of pinpoint sometimes what's real or what's not real, or whatever the situation might be. So So I don't know if it really is a skit or not. In this case, I don't think that it matters if this particular video is a skit or not, just because we know that it really happens. We know that these types of women really exist. There are a lot of men in the chat, in the comments, and as subscribers of mine, men just generally in the manosphere, men who aren't in the manosphere, experience this type of stuff or have experienced these types of things. Thank you, Professor. So black men unfortunately have very few friends. The gynocracy has created a dynamic that makes us disposable just because she feels like doing so, which is exactly correct. And thank you so much for the contribution. I know that there are, anyway, I said what, I thought about the whole skit situation. It is something that happens in reality all too often. So I don't think that's the LaTruth people. That don't seem like that same woman. That's not her. I know who them LaTruth people are. That was not her. But it really doesn't matter, does it? How many men just right now have gone through something like that themselves, or they saw it? Saw a friend, saw a family member go through it. You put a 1 in the chat if you're a guy that has gone through this stuff or you've seen it. Yeah. Too many men have actually had to deal with women in their life who are ready at the drop of a hat, at the smallest argument or disagreement or whatever the case might have been, where these women are willing to set you up for the ultimate fall behind their emotional foolishness. And that's sort of the point that I wanted to talk about today. And sort of, we don't like talking about it as a community. We don't like dealing with this. We say it, we know it, we've seen it, but we don't like to talk about it. Because to peel back the layers of this onion is too much. A lot of times it's too much. And one of the problems that we have with this is that to a large degree, we're desensitized to this level of threat. We're desensitized to it. Like, we as a community as a whole, we are used to a certain level of dysfunction. We are used to a certain level of crazy. We're used to a certain level of toxicity. We used to a certain level of craziness and just trauma, and we just used to it. So our gauge is off. Our gauge is off as to just how crazy something really is versus how crazy we think it is based on the previous traumas that we might have had or experienced. Thank you, Johnson. I don't know about skit, but it was at least a reenactment. Yeah. See, I don't know about it being a skit because I could hear the lady on the other end of the phone. See, we don't get, see, this type of stuff, it don't enrage us. It don't really enrage us like it should. It doesn't upset us like it should. It doesn't. We just too traumatized. We've lived so long in the dysfunction and the trauma of the lost value system. We've lived so long in just this. I struggle to find the word for all of this. But we live so long in it that we don't see how big of a problem it is. I'm going to go ahead and play the skit for those of you who don't know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's real short, but I'm going to go ahead and play it.
She just pepper sprayed me. She just pepper sprayed me for no reason in my house.
I can't keep following me.
No, I ain't following you nowhere. No, I don't have a gun. You really doing this lying stuff again? I'm recording everything.
Please hurry.
Yeah, please hurry, because she's crazy. Please hurry, she's crazy.
Thank you.
Please hurry up, she's crazy.
I can't keep following me.
No, I'm not. I'm upstairs. You downstairs. Do what you do. No, I'm not. Do what you do. I'm way up here. Do what you do.
Now, I done warned y'all 100 times. Black women weaponize the police as much as Karens. So be aware and stay away from crazy.
Okay, that was the skit. Thank you, Bruce. It did not seem like a skit to me. My ex-wife called the police on me for disciplining my own biological children. Exactly. Exactly. Precisely. Thank you, Bruce. We live too long, like I was saying, too long in foolishness that it take us a minute to figure out just how crazy this kind of stuff really is. Just like Scrap was talking to Mama D. And he was finally peeling back those layers of, do you realize what kind of environment you grew us up in? You realize you was a madam, right? And that we grew up in a whorehouse and you were pimping. And I couldn't sleep in my room because it was being occupied by the whores that was using it. Like, do you realize that just because that was normalized to me, I didn't understand the depth of the dysfunction that we was in until I got older, until I got more children, until I've been married a few years, until I understand that the stuff that I went through, I would never do to my kids because of just how crazy it is. And the reason why I act the way I act is because of that. Like, he's almost 40 coming to that. Thank you, Chano said calling the cops is their love language. Right. Thank you, Kashinsky said even if it was a skit, that doesn't mean this crap don't exist. Precisely. We got Scrap just now at almost 40 years old, figuring out, wait a minute. Like, I knew it was bad. I knew it was wrong. I knew that the behavior wasn't like every kid couldn't have been grown up like this, but it got normalized. It was a part of my environment growing up. But now that I'm an older man, I ain't in my teens and 20s no more. I got a different mindset. Do you realize how far behind the 8-ball I am as a person right now? Thank you, Cutting Edge, said Lethal Weapon Part 5, the movie starring toxic black women. Thank you so much for the support. And Scrap represents so many of us. And we will like to dismiss the gravity of what Scrap was saying because it's on Love and Hip Hop. So we know that, reality TV, there's some scripting to it and all that type of stuff. There is a level of foolishness and fakeness to it. So we know that. So we like to dissociate almost the severity of what's going on by saying stuff like, oh, well, that's part of reality TV. That's scrapping his mama. As though that's not A, B, and C, little black boy in the hood and his mama all the time. Thank you, Steven, says shaking my head. And to think he took her kids from another man in. Like we like to dismiss what's going on. Oh, well, this is a skit. And I'm not trying to bash nobody or talk bad about nobody, but we can't keep doing that. We can't keep doing that. We can't keep saying, oh, well, they were just playing. Or, oh, well, that's just them over there. Or, oh, well, that's just that particular. It's like we gotta come to grips because we will separate it, but then in the same breath, we will say, my uncle went through that. I went through that. Or I know a chick that do that. You know what I'm saying? I knew a chick that got a guy caught up because she was calling the police or she was called. Like, so we'll have our real life experience of it, and then we'll be like, oh, well, that was just on TV. Actually, it's not. Actually, it's not just on TV, because if it was just on TV and it didn't have nothing to do with our real life and nobody actually had them real experiences, we could laugh it off. Thank you, Supreme 10 said all a woman has to do is make a false call on me in my house once. Put those papers on that. Thank you. Thank you, Supreme. Thank you, Miss Tamika, for sending a little love. Your earrings are cute. Thank you, sweetheart. Like, so we can't be living the experience of it and then be like, oh, well, it's because it's almost saying it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. What's going on is not that bad. And because we have that mindset that it's not that bad, or it could be worse, or this is how this behavior persists. This is why it persists. It persists because we continue to associate with people that do this. We continue to associate with women that make it their business to be toxic. We continue to associate with them in whatever way we associate with them. The women will associate just because she your family member, or just because that's your friend, or just because, you know what I'm saying, you will know she do dirty like that. You will know she do dirt like that. And you will just be like, oh, well, she doing that over there. Oh, well, I don't really agree with what she doing, but, as long as she keep it over there, I'm good. Why are you good? Why are you good? Why are you good with associating with a snake like that? Why are you good? That shouldn't even be something or somebody that is even in your circle to begin with. Why is a chick like that in your circle anyway? Oh yeah, my mama used to do that. Oh yeah, and you ain't never called her out even after you were an adult. The exes, the men who've been through this have exes that put them through it. Those exes got a group of girlfriends. So this toxic behavior persists in our community because we allow the people that do it, the women that do it, they don't face no consequences. They don't even face a social consequence of don't nobody fool with you. You documented to have participated in this type of foolishness. Don't nobody befriend you. You live a very lonely existence. And the reason why we don't do that is because we no longer have a sense of community. We no longer have that. That's been gone for quite a while. So we all have this individual mentality. Oh, well, that's happening over there. Oh, that's happening over there. If it's happening over there, and that's 500 happenings, then it's happening everywhere. If everybody in every hood can say the same thing, then we are having a culture-wide experience, not an individual experience. We've decided that this is just what we do. And we hand out passes to people. We hand out passes to these women. The women make excuses for them. Oh, she been through this. We don't know her story. We don't know what's going on. It could be this, it could be that. Thank you. You can't see me. Say congrats on a new book. Thank you, sir. I ordered a copy. You're making a huge impact to our community, especially me with understanding modern women's behavior. Thank you so much. You can't see me. I appreciate the support. So the women are making excuses for the other women. They're saying, oh, well, she been through this, she been through that, blah, 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 blah. They are making an excuse. See a video like that and say, well, what if he been beating on her before? Like, we don't know what happened before the camera started rolling. You know what I mean? It's just excuse after excuse. And then we have a subsection of male hyenas. I gotta talk about that part. That allow a woman like that in his vicinity because she look a certain way. Thank you, Miss Lou Casely. She look a certain way. So it's like, well, I'll have her in my, in my domain, in my space, because I'm just happy to have a woman that look like that. That'll let me, that'll let me bust her down every so and again. She'll let me do that. And the thing that we got to understand is these types of toxic women, they are not worth even the small interaction. The small interaction, the transactional sex, or the interaction between the women and saying, well, that's just my girl, or da-da-da-da-da, or whatever the excuse is, that's what we can't do. Thank you. You can't see me, so I was married and experienced this behavior in my marriage. Thank you. We cannot continue to allow these types of women to just roll like they don't produce this level of threat. And the real thing is I'm really talking to the women too. Like we cannot allow these women to infiltrate among the ranks and be viewed as a normal woman with a normal amount of chaos. Thank you, Child of Light says it's always a skit until someone end up in prison or dead. Thank you. We cannot allow that. When I say we cannot befriend these types of toxic women, I mean that. No text, no call. I'm not hanging out. We're not going in a group. We're not doing none of that. When are we going to understand how dangerous these women are? That Dejanay girl just got arrested over the Shanquilla Robinson murder. When are we going to realize just how dangerous these women are? These are the same women that will delete you. Why is it not serious? I don't understand why it's not serious to us. These are the women that delete your kids. I'm not even talking about at Planned Parenthood. I'm talking about living, breathing kids that they get on social media and say they love. And she'll have a nervous breakdown and she will dispatch them kids quick. Thank you, Professor, again. Said those who keep associations provide coverage to the hyena convents that are ruining the Black community. Exactly. That's what I'm really getting into, the providing of the cover for them. Why are they entitled to covering? What makes them entitled to covering? And this is why I was talking about us being desensitized too much to too much dysfunction, that we be like, oh, yeah, we know it happened, but it's not that bad. We're going to come back and cook, but after these messages, we'll be right back.
See, wherever I go, stay ready, stay alert. I'm always prepared for whatever. I see you. There's a seat right here. I can see from all angles. I'm ready. It's time to get down to business. Game time.
Hi, honey. I know you just made it to the library, but love of my life, my hero, my lion, you forgot your A game. So come home, take it, and then you can go and conquer the world, black man. Oh, and one more thing. Would it kill you to just wear some socks? I'm just saying. Love you. And can you bring home some milk?
Oh, man. She be killing me. Okay, I'll go back. I'm gonna get my A game. I'm not putting them socks on. I'm good. I'm fly. I'm fresh. I'm gonna stop at 7-Eleven to get some milk.
He got to go pick up some milk, but he also got to go back and take his A game, his A game, his A game. We know all about how awesome A game really is. The men in the chat that take A game, that understand exactly what it does for them, are able to give you all kind of testimonies on just how awesome A game is for them, right? Because we talk a lot about, and we even will, in a lighthearted way, we will address the libido. But if you notice, I always put that last, because A game does so much more than that. When we say that A game supports a man's vitality, right? when we say it supports a man's energy, when we say it supports a man's physical strength, his strength, and then we say it supports a man's libido, we're really talking about overall health support for men. That's what we're really saying. We're really saying that when he takes A game, he's going to experience this boost in all of these different areas that is going to make it be possible for him to really attack his day the way that he needs to in order to truly get things done. The things that he might have been too tired or not had enough energy, and it seemed like there's not enough hours in the day to really get things done the way that he needs them to be and things of that nature. This is where A game actually comes in at. By providing this type of support to a man, he's able to get that strength. He's able to utilize that boost in vitality. He's able to utilize that boost in his energy to meet all of the challenges of his day. And not just one day, meet all the challenges for 3 days, because A game is long lasting. So we're talking about one every 72 hours. Okay? Not something that he's going to have to keep checking back to do. He can mark it on his schedule. He can mark it on his calendar whenever his A game days are. And he can take A game and he can go about his business and not think about it. And that's really the beauty. The other beauty of A game is the fact that it's natural and it doesn't have all of these artificial ingredients. So if you want to become part of the A game family and you want to know what those 21 herbs are also that makes A game pack such a powerful punch, all you got to do is go to agameherbal.com. All right. Go to agameherbal.com and please don't forget your 10% discount using the code Kendra10 so you can get A game delivered to you ASAP. Right? And I want to thank everybody for their contribution. Thank you, Monolith. I said, need millions like you. Thanks, sis. And thank you as well. Thank you for the support. Hey, Miss Lucky, I see you in here. And I owe y'all something, right? Bam, 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 bam. You gotta hit the like button. Bam, bam. You gotta I have not given you those. I think I gave it to you yesterday. Thank you, Micah. So as a man, I'm holding myself accountable to me. This channel helped me realize the extraordinary value of my 4 P's. Black folks know the price of everything, but the value of nothing. Thank you so much for saying that, Micah. Thank you so much for that. And thank everyone for your likes. We got 421 awesome people who've hit the like button. Let's get the other 500 or so people to hit the like button as well. Thank you for all of your monetary support. It is definitely appreciated. Thank you so much for all of the support. So we can get back to it, right? The part that I really want to talk about is we have to start really coming to realizations. This is why we talk about the 10 life value. This is why we talk about value systems so much. And I'm glad that there are other people on social media that are beginning to pick up this language, right? When we talk about values, having values or the lack thereof, things of that nature, and the difference to how we behave based on values. It's not just a catchy word. It's not just, you know what I mean? Like, please forgive me, because there are times where I struggle to talk about the depth of the difference between the lost value system and the 10 life values. The reason why it's such an important thing to stress each day is because I know that the people who have been rocking with me at minimum these last 2 years, And if you've been listening to it, if you've been absorbing what's being said here, I know that you can start to see in real time in your life the difference between value systems. Some of us, let me know if I'm right or wrong. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. But I'm assuming that there are those now in my comments, in my subscribership, that are able to actually pinpoint who's in the lost value system and who not. You can do it within yourself, and you can do it with other people when you hear it, or when you see it. And I'm not saying that in a way where we're bashing people or judging people. What I mean is it starts to become something you recognize, is what I'm trying to say. Would that be fair to say? Would that be accurate? Thank you, Chris B said Black women borrow blaming Black men for crimes they didn't commit from white women because there's no punishment for that. There is no punishment for it because of the way that this system see Black men, there's never any punishment for doing whatever you're doing to Black men. But that's sort of what, thank you for asking, because I'm a little tongue-tied today. So please forgive me. Thank you, G Money. So your channel has been a wake-up call. I have a better understanding of why the greatest act like the least. Thank you so much, G Money. And thank you, Nehemia. Thank both of you. Thank you both for the contribution you too. Because this is such an important issue. The reason that we don't see the scope of the harm that toxic women like that present is because we've spent so long in the bottom of the barrel of value systems. We don't even see it coming when they do delete people. Thank you, Theo. Just like that woman recently that deleted her biological son because she was mad he wouldn't go to the store for her and get drinks and cigarettes and stuff like that. It was some kind of petty minor thing, and she deleted that young boy. And sometimes I don't have the heart to do videos on it because it brings a certain energy with it. And I guess that, I have to take accountability for that myself. I have to take accountability for not always presenting it. Yeah, real life. That was in Brooklyn. And I may have to do something on it. It brings an energy to it that I don't like tapping into. But like I said, I may have to take accountability for that because I think I'm charged to tap into that energy for everybody. But this is what I'm talking about. Who was around her that understood the level of that demonic energy she was in for what it really was? See, because it gets ingrained in our culture for Black women to be so toxic, it's normalized. But what we got to understand is it's not normal. It's not normal. It is not normal for women to act that way. It's not normal for a woman to get so mad that she'll delete you because she don't like what you said, or she don't like what you did, or you're not doing what she wants you to do, or that's not normal. It's not normal. It's not normal to watch them go off the deep end all the time. Simple disagreements, simple arguments, simple correction, simple conversation. They fly off the deep end. It's not normal. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you, Shock. Said hotter than fish grease. Thank you all so much. That is not normal, everybody. And I don't care who she is in your life. We got to drop that. Oh, well, you know, that's my mama. And I'm sorry that that's your mom. That's why I brought up Scrap. Because he's having to touch that. He's having to come to grips with that. That's his mother. And it's certain people that you don't want to think certain things about. But you got to. Collectively, we don't want to think about black women in this way. This is why I get so many other black women coming to my channel arguing about it. Arguing in the comment section. Why are you saying that about black women? Why are you bashing black women? Thank you, King Saul. Why are you know what I'm saying, talk about, why come you can't talk about the men? Why come you can't talk about, because this is what has not been examined. The collective toxic behavior of black women is what has not been examined and spoken about. We're not going to do joint accountability. Every time black women got to be held accountable for something, we got to include the men. Well, they accountable too. Let them be accountable. I don't talk about it because I let the men hold the men feet to the fire. Because it's a lot that I can say about the male hyenas. We call them maggles or simps or whatever word you want to use. I know that they exist. A hyena clan is held up by its lowly male members. There are men in the gynocracy. We know that. We know that there are men that are just as gynocratic in their thinking. And they uphold the foolishness of the females in the gynocracy, which is why the females think that they should be able to do what they're doing. I know that. But it is not my position. I did not take the position of correcting the men. I took the position of speaking to the women. Thank you, Reality Checks at Witnessing Greatness. Thank you so much. This is why I don't deal with it. Not because it's not there, but let the men take care of the men. Because men are going to talk to men a certain kind of way that I can't get away with talking to them like. I can't talk to them like that. Men are going to come to other men in a real, like no sugar coat. It is what it is. If you don't like what I said, it is what it is type of way. And a man gonna have to respect it from another man. He gonna have to respect it. Thank you, Marshawn. A group of men can hold another group of men feet to the fire all day. And he either gonna run from that or he gonna, you know what I'm saying? He gonna have to respect what's happening. Thank you, Jerry. Said, thank you, sister. Thank you. It has never been a woman's job to correct, to lead men. That has never been my job. It's never going to be my job. But nobody talks to the women. And when we do start talking to the women, we always got another subsection of women that want to drag the men into it. Well, the men are doing such and such. I don't be hearing nearly as many reports of men deleting kids that I do women. Just like Sister Shahrazad Ali said more than 30 years ago, Black women have never truly been put under the microscope to see what her issue is. We always just assume she's got a justifiable reason to act a fool. We always assume that she acting a fool because of what's going on culturally or what's going on environmentally or what's happening biologically or whatever. But we never actually take the time out to examine why she do what she do and just basically put it completely on her shoulders and say, wait a minute. You have a choice to act the way you act or not. And you're choosing these destructive things that you do. You're choosing them. So you're going to have accountability on your own. See, we'll take that Brooklyn mother deleting her son and we'll start talking about what all was happening all around her. But what was going on in here, though? What was going on in here, though? We want to lean on stuff like, oh, well, she had a mental illness. You know, if y'all that crazy, if y'all are that crazy and you know you're crazy, you know, if you're crazy and you know it, clap your hands. I'm going to need a show of hands so we can put all y'all somewhere. Because if you that kind of crazy, you don't need to be mingling in and out of the community then. You don't need to be having kids, or you at least don't need to have possession of them. Thank you, Philip said, cook the protected class. Thank you so much. If you that off your hinges, if you that off your rocker, then we need to put in a call to Arkham Asylum and how you put up in there then. That's what you need. You don't need no man. You don't need no, you know what I'm saying, a man making this amount of money. And you need a straight jacket. The bottom line is that we cannot continue to allow these types of things to go unspoken or not dealt with or not talked about These women are not existing in a vacuum. Somebody know these women. Thank you, Teray. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate you. We cannot keep allowing it based on their relation to us, based on I like her, based on I know she crazy, but she look good, so I'm gonna smash her. Listen, these women are dangerous even on that level. What we gotta understand is that when we talk about demon time, I'm not playing. I'm not playing. That's not something I'm saying to be facetious. I mean demon time. I mean the spiritual value is on a demonic level. And therefore, the actions that spring from it is demonic. Evil. With evil intent. Trying to get people murked. Trying to destroy. She already crazy. You smashing her, that don't do nothing but invite the crazy into your area. Now she feel at liberty to be crazy with you. Now she feel at liberty. You've been talking to her all of 2 hours. Now she feel like she could go through your phone. What do you think that is? What do you think that really is? These individuals are actually suffering from various forms of psychosis. And I'm not saying that as a crutch. I'm saying that as a warning. Thank you, NPS at Bottom Line. Do you want to save the Black community or create a new one? I personally have checked out of expending any energy on saving it. Why do you think she key your car? Bust your tires, bust your windows. She crazy and she ain't at the same time. You understand what I mean? Ted Bundy was crazy, but he wasn't. See what I'm saying? John Wayne Gacy was crazy, but he wasn't. See, there's the type of crazy that you can't be accountable for what you do because you're not sane. That's one kind. But then it's crazy like a fox. See, you get a John Wayne Gacy, he can't hide behind insanity. He knew exactly what he was doing. Dahmer couldn't hide behind insanity. I knew exactly what I was doing and why I was doing it. He even said as much. I know what I'm doing. I knew I was hunting them men down. I knew I was gonna murk them. I understood that. I understood it was wrong. I understood that wasn't normal for me to do. But I also understood that was the urge that I had. He even went so far as to tell everybody, no, it was demonic. That was demonic what I was doing. I was hearing voices, it was a demon. I understand that it was demon time. I know I was on demon time. I know. They didn't know. I know. But I'm a psychopath, so I don't have no empathy. I don't really got no feelings behind it. I know from a logical standpoint it was wrong. Same thing with all of them serial killers like that. It's the same thing. Yeah, they knew it was wrong. From a logical, logically speaking, I can understand how luring somebody into my web and then murking them and then hiding the bodies, that's wrong. That's why I hid the bodies. That's why I ain't tell everybody what I was doing. I know it's wrong. It's wrong morally, whatever those are, and it's wrong in the eyesight of the law. I know that. I just ain't got no feelings, though. I don't have compassion. I don't have empathy. I don't have any feelings attached to it. I'm going off of the demonic urges that I got. That's what I'm doing. It's not any different. The level of toxicity that we are seeing more and more of with these women that are willing to murk people either directly or indirectly, it's the same spirit. It's the exact same spirit. It's that bad. It is that bad. This is why I don't be advocating, oh yeah, brothers, go back and try to get these women. Not these women. Not these demons. I would not advise a brother to go within 10 feet of her. Within 100 yards. Thank you, 39 Dina. I would not advise it. No, I would not. I certainly don't advocate going to get no hyena to do nothing with her. Because the spiritual value is so degraded into demon time, it ain't nothing to do with her, but leave her alone. A woman like this that'll call the police on you and lie to them and lie on you to your face to put you in a situation where you could actually die as a result directly of her actions. That's not just a woman that's just, oh man, she a little crazy. No, that is a demon. You need to get away from her as far as you can. Because she does not have any regard for your life and nobody else's. And the only being that I know that have zero regard for human life is a demon. From the littlest to the biggest. She don't care about the little life. She don't care about the one growing inside of her. She don't care about the one she birthed into the world. She don't care about the man she's sleeping with. She don't care about the family members she grin and skin with. She don't care about the friends she, go this place and that place and they kicking it out. She don't care. And we got to be able to recognize those kind, because that is a deeper level of demonic entity and movement that she's doing. That's why I said what I said earlier. If you got one and she willing to call the Romans and all this other kind of stuff on you to try to get you in check and all that, no, because it don't stop there. It don't stop there. I'm not going to hold y'all into overtime this time. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. But I just want to remind everyone to go ahead. The book has been rolled out. You know, it's been launched. The website is launched. You can go to crimsoncure.com and you can select to buy the book now. It'll route you to the store where you can purchase Reclaiming the Black Feminine, which is on sale now. I'm very proud to talk about it, very happy to talk about it. I want to thank everyone who has been so supportive of this book launch. Really means so much to me that you guys support the Crimson Cure the way that you do. The mods have been gracious enough to place the link in the chat so you can get your copy of the book. We can't forget that we are also still having the petition against Black Lives Matter for their more than $100 million theft and misappropriation of donated funds. We are still holding them accountable. We have a 6-step initiative. I do have a video. You know what? I'm going to have to pin it or post it so that anyone who wants the details about why we have the petition, what is this 6-step initiative, what we are trying to do, and what the purpose of this is, I'm going to pin it so that everyone can take a look at it and you can have a better understanding. Thank you so much, Gail at Night. A better understanding of what we're doing here and why we're doing it and what this initiative is about. You can definitely click the link that Gail at Night has been so gracious to place into the chat for me. And last but not least, I definitely want to thank my support team, without which we cannot bring you any of this content. We can't bring you any of these charts, these wonderful visual aids that we have, all of these things. I'm so grateful and so indebted to them. I want to thank everyone for their contributions, whether it be through Super Chat, through Cash App, or through PayPal. I really thank you all. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey, guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.